Good merry evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to make a cinematic intro or whatever, but I figured we have a lot coming up, and I don't think most of you even know about this franchise because not a lot of people play both Lego Fortnite and gacha games at the same time. But anyway, it's really cool that these things are actually grown. Starskiffs are actually grown in a factory and not actually built, by placing wooden planks on each other. So this is not lore accurate, that's for sure. Also, this is not a practical build, so I do not recommend you to use this in survival or expert. No, unless you're like me, you're a maniac, sure. Anyway, there's how we start off. I just put an 8 piece. It can be any piece, really. Alright, shout out to Expressed. From him, I learned the diagonal building method, which is the simplest one I've seen. Other people use some pretty complex diagonal building methods, and it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But I found that this one almost always works. So what you do is you grab a 6 piece and put it somewhere there. Stack it up by 3, and then grab a square piece, which is 4 by 4. This can be any piece, really, so don't... I know I'm not using free piece, but you're not using free piece. It can be any 4x4, okay? And just break the top 6, okay? X6x, okay? Break that top 6. And make sure you do not touch that thing. And now we're going to start building the keel of the ship, because this will just stick to that, the stack of 2 that we just put down. So we're going to be using Sugi because the underside looks kind of nice. I'm going to be doing 1. Alright, I'll show you that it's already attached to that thing. See that? It's already slanted and attached. 6 x 2, we go 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 8. Go 8 times, and then now we go to fences. We'll need a maxed out Frostlands village because a lot of the pieces come from the Frostlands village. Did we get that right? Yes, we got that right. Just align it to... Yeah, it's so hard to see sometimes. I mean, we're not supposed to be building diagonally, but, there should be a build cam, like an alternate. Lego Fortnite devs, if you're listening, please give us, like, a build ADS. Essentially stack that up by 3, okay? You gotta go to walls. And then you're gonna have to look for this umber wall here. It's part of the cottage, the log cabin set or whatever. Alright, get a 16 piece, line it to that, pillar that we just placed down. So make sure you're at a place where we can't go any lower, okay? Like this is the lowest we can go, and then just about where that crease over there forms like a Pac-Man mouth, and we should be good. Alright, 2 of those over there, and essentially we can remove the pillar now. We add 2 more to each side. And then now we switch to a smaller piece, which is the 12x. Next in line, essentially. 12x. Stack 1 in front of that. 12x. And now 8x. Next in line, once again. Make sure we have like a 2 stud gap between every piece, okay? Towards the back. 2 stud gap. There we go. 4x 4 by 4 right in the middle, and then extend that by 6x on both sides like that. Okay, 6x was supposed to be there, and there. 8x fences. So yeah, 8x to that side, and then another 8x to that side. And 8x right there. Alright, just for simplicity, snap it to that one and then move it out. Snap it to that one. And then move it outwards. Alright, because that gives us the spot where we place our driver's seat. In line with that one. And then move it to smack dab in the middle. Is that the middle? I can't tell. Alright, I think that's the middle. Just place 2 of these things. These are actually important. We need these to get the weight down because the thing is overall a little too light. So while we're here, let's just place the thrusters, the front turn thrusters. Just place them right behind those boxes. See, that's why we mounted the boxes first, so we know exactly where to, for crying out loud. So we know exactly where to put these thrusters, okay? I might as well just set them up now. The one on the right turns right, of course, and the one on the left turns us left. Alright, that's a bit tricky. We're gonna have to line this up with snap it there, and then we have to nudge it over to that, okay? So, because we're gonna have to float like 3 pieces in front of it. See that? 3, and then we can remove that. And then the 3 up in front will float like that. Snap that and then move it over. And then snap it to the front of that. We go by 1, 2, and 3. The sci-fi version of our long-tail river boats. But anyway, there we go. That goes right on top of the one that's second to last. Okay, it goes right on top of it. And for the next one, we look at that piece that we just placed down. Make sure it's on the same level, and then we nudge it forwards by 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we nudge it forwards by 3, and then try to go as far up as possible. Make sure you stay on the same 3 studs in front of it. Same level first, and then go forward by 1, 2, and 3, and then try to go up as high as you can go. And it should be somewhere there. And then for the next, same thing, okay? For the next piece, you go as high as you can go. And then one more time, we go as high as we can go. Make sure the back of that fence is attached. And then for this one, go as high as we can go. And then another one as high as we can go. Now there we go, we actually have a lovely looking keel. Let's grab an 8-piece. Like have a stud on top of that. Right. That looks decent. Yeah, this is just to close the gap because it looks a bit weird. To me, anyway. Alright, so 1 6-piece over there and another 6-piece. Basically 1, 2, 3 studs behind it, so we have a nice look. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, careful with this one. I know it's nighttime, but bear with me. It's the game's fault, not mine. Remove that, and that. And now we have a lovely tail going on. Oh, to make sure that your ship will still be standing. This is just for safety reasons. We're going to be placing the umber wall or any pillar below the ship and there. So, you know, in case we remove the jack, it's still going to be standing. Anyway, if you do that right now as I do it, we're going to be removing that, basically anything that's not diagonal down here. These are all the crutches that helped us achieve what we have right now. So next, vehicle base, go up by 1, go backwards by 1. Small thruster. Okay, I think right fender does look better on the right. Alright, basically just go to the base of that thruster and then see that it's lined up like that, and then when it turns green we should be fine. Yeah, we should be at the right place. Now the left will be on the left, the port. Starboard is done. Another flipped one on the port, and don't remove those yet. Just remove this one. Make sure you aim correctly. You don't want to smash that piece that we just placed down. 8 times 8. Just line it to the very floor of that second piece on the second. The piece on top, not piece on second. What the hell? Anyway, piece on top. We line it up, and then we get an 8x right over there. And now for this one, we might need an extra stair. All right. Use a small thruster, big thruster, anything. Just put a thruster to the side. Okay. Make sure you don't block the center. That's exactly what you should not do. Small thruster to the side, medium fender. Flip it this way, and then make sure it's in the middle. Like, I think that's the middle, right? Oh, for Christ. Make sure you move the crosshairs to the base of the thruster, and it will turn green, 100%. And then this is just for decoration and some weight balance. It's not strictly important, but that piece is quite heavy now that it's made of metal plate. So go back to fences, whip out your Like I said, you need a level 10 Frostland Village, I believe, to get this piece. So we put it right there. Right there. Close it. Alright, most of these places have to be precise, okay? Or your Starskiff will not fly as well as mine. But anyway, now that that's done, medieval railing, 2 of those facing forward, so I just so it looks good. It can face either way, but it should be somewhere there, okay? 4x, 4 times 4. And I'm placing it on top of there. Like the flush to the back, okay? Just one. We want these on the side like that. The weight balance on this thing is not as precise as on my cars. Essentially, just put a small thruster smack dab in the middle, and then go as far forward as you can. All right, if it's red, you see, if you go forward and it's red, just stop and then move backwards. Move backwards until it's green, and we should be good. Just mount that there, and then move backwards by 2 and mount another pair. I mean, another one. Now we have a pair. That's going to be our upward thrusters. I set them to channel stairs. Okay, fine. Why do I do this to myself? But anyway, set them to channel 4. I use channel 4 for up. You should follow my channels because I find them to be pleasing to operate when in flight. Oh, we're going to be putting our large forward thruster right there. You see that? Just look at the side of that floor piece and then nudge it upwards. If you're smack dab in the middle, you should be able to nudge it that high upwards and then set it to channel 1 forward. Then we're needing 2 more on the sides to achieve maximum speed. 1 over there and 1 over there. It's really hard to see at night. But yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing this in the daytime so you don't have to suffer as much as I am suffering right now. There we go. Nice and lovely. We're going to be needing 2 more to weigh the front down, so we're going to need 2 more of these things. And then to decorate the front, and this is also to weigh it down, we're going to be using these new type of roof trim pieces that are really small. I mean, you can really just use a floor or something. Just, you know, just for the sake of being free, let's just use like a castle piece over there. All right, this balloons is where it gets tricky. Let's do it. Let's mount 1 small balloon. This is just to get the balloon in the center, okay? So you see that? How you center a balloon is you look. You mount a balloon first, and then you take another balloon, and then with your crosshairs, you look somewhat to the base of that balloon, and you'll see that look. Now we have a centered balloon. Make sure you're looking at the base. How do we know you're at the very base? Because if you move further down, it just, you know, it goes back like that. Oh, it works too. Oh, apparently you can even go like a little further down. I just knew that. Oh, it's not. See, it's not centered anymore. So you're gonna have to be at the base. And right in front of the driver's seat, we mount 1 and 2 and then 3. Why can't we mount what? And now we can't. Yeah, you know, I don't. But anyway, that's all we need for the front. Now the balloon mounting, I know it's a little difficult, but bear with me. This is just to hide as many balloons as we can. Terribly sorry, we should have done this a little. Yeah, but anyway, you know, I can't be all-knowing, so you're gonna have to bear with me and just destroy those pieces with me. All right, anyway, snap it to that, and then this gives us the leeway to move our balloons into those positions so we can mount them on the 2x2, 2 times 2 fence pieces. Basically just on the same height as that one, so the same height as the very rear 2x2 piece. And then grab a balloon, snap it to it, and then move it in. Other side first, why don't we? And then this side. Now I put the thruster back. And put the fence back. Alright, finally, roof time, I believe. 2-door roof ridge cap 01. 2-door roof ridge cap 01. Basically, just go wherever you can. Like you can't mount it anywhere in front, so you have to move it back all the way there to be able to mount it. And then next we move on to the 12x 4 times 12 times 3. And then to top it off, we get this piece that's a little sharp in front. 4 times 10 times 3. It's a little sharp in front like that. And now she's done, I believe. Oh wait. Wait, did we set? Oh right, we didn't set the channel for the thruster we replaced. Right. To make the bottom look a little more like the actual Starskiff, we're gonna make it pointy. Alright, for it to be lined up, I believe we have to line this particular vehicle base to the floor and not to the fence. Alright, good. Crosshairs look at the base of the thruster and nudge it over. And perfect, we're lined up. Now for the anti-gravity core or engine or whatever. It's like a circle at the back there, right? So you have a lot of options here. You can virtually mount anything. Oh, that looks good. I was a little critical of the Lego pass at first because we don't get any building builds. But after seeing these 2 posters, you know what? Now to balance out the weight at the back, I believe you will need 2 palatial trunks. Just mount, they fit right under that roof. Okay, you see that? Like as far forward as possible, which is just there. A perfect fit. To make life easy for the fake engine, just go to decorations and then go to wall decorations. And then there should be a lot of circles here. Just pick a circle of your choice. And then we mount it to that part, okay? Not this one. This one's the first row of fences, right? And then we move over to the second row of fences. It should be somewhere there. It's a bit hard to see. Let's go down. Let's mount it there. As you can see, as high up as possible. Just for looks. Just for looks sake. Looks maxing as the kids call it. That is... I want to drown myself now. To make it glow a little bit, we're going to add headlights. Go to the vehicle lights. This place is very well protected, so these won't ever break. If they do break, then I'm a donkey. Alright, face one to yourself, okay? Face one to yourself. And then nudge it as far... Oh, wait, it goes all the way back. Alright, basically just nudge it anywhere, really. And then face it towards us. Make sure it's like somewhere in the middle of that... of those 2 circles, so the circles will glow. Alright, place one there, and then one that's facing inside. Like looking directly at it. So... like maybe like a 1 stud gap in between them. So we have the light like reflect outwards into the circle. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? We're finally done. Alright, we're going to be doing some weight balancing. We'll see how it goes. Are we actually done? Let me check. Roof, thrusters. Alright, channel 4 goes up. Oh, whoa, I forgot. I was wondering... I knew I forgot something because I always forget something. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good thing we are still able to add this second set of turn thrusters. Just put them like somewhere there. Right in front of the circle. If you want the turn... Actually, this is customizable, okay? If you want the turn to be super aggressive, extra roll during a turn, just mount your thruster somewhere there. Now, if you can't mount it like that, what do? You should remember what to do at this point, okay? Vehicle base... Snap it there, and then move the thruster over, you see? Easy. Do that and go out by 2. There we go. That wasn't so difficult. Now for this, the one on the right turns us right, okay? So channel 2. Channel 3 is by default. Alright, now we should have some really good turning. Like, you see it's already pretty aggressive. I think the nose is a little light now. It was a little too heavy with that piece on, but now it's a little too light because we're just like going upwards. Optimally, you do not want roof pieces on a vehicle. I don't know why, but these things weigh a planet. It would be awesome if there's a planet that's roof shaped, but anyway. Also, the chests are really just for weight balancing. I don't see how those chests are easy to access. Can we actually put things while jumping? Wait. If I put that in there, will it stay in there? Oh, it stayed. Oh, so apparently, ladies and gentlemen, myth busted. You can jump access your chests. Oh, right. Yeah, now that we find it's a bit dark, we can certainly mount a pair of lights in there. Absolutely should be no problem. Seems very well protected in there, unless one really rogue twig really wants to poke it in the eye, then we have no choice but to get blinded, really. It flies just like the prototype 03. If any of you ladies and gentlemen have built the prototype 03, this thing should fly exactly the same, okay? Because the thruster setup and even the balloon setup is the same. Tudor battlement. Are we actually going down? Nope, it's still in the air, but I think that's a good distance in the air, you know, you can just board with some stairs. Like, if you decide to build this, come on, it's not supposed to be practical. It's designed to be awesome and not practical. Alright. Oh, can we actually... Oh, can edge the sides, nice. I wonder if this is precise enough to fly through one of those holes, though. I don't think it'll fit. It's yeah, the keel is a little too big. Alright, we need more altitude. Let's go, let's go. Alright, there we go. Yeah! No way! No way, and we're sea glitched. Look, we're literally in the roof. My head is wedged into the roof. That's stature. Honestly, I think Star Rail peaked at Bellowbog. I don't like Shinjo that much. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we have a little bit of Shinjo in your Lego Fortnite world. It's such a random thing to be building, but I always wanted to do this because I love the design of the Starskiff. And I'll be seeing you